You know what I'm here for. You know, I don't want to say I told you so, but I fucking told you so. Mr. Anthony Smith, no disrespect. If you end up watching this, you probably not, so it doesn't really matter. You're a mixed martial artist. I respect you. Your run through the light heavyweight division can be considered inspirational. Your 3-fight win streak, your fight against Volkan Ozdemir was awesome. You know, you got the heart of a lion. I'm not gonna take nothing away from you, but you messed up, my dude, when you talked that mess about Luke Rockhold, and Luke wasn't wrong about you, and you know it. And you know what? It showed against Glover Teixeira. Hey, you can call it a bad night, can make up all the excuses you want, but you lost, and it's that simple. You probably picked Glover Teixeira because you thought he was a bum. You thought you could just go over there and run through him. Well, it didn't happen, sir. I'm gonna get to that. I got something to say about Mr. Anthony Smith. Whew. But yeah, guys, I usually don't do these. I don't do these, man. I swear to God, I usually don't do these. You know what I'm saying? I usually don't do recaps of fight nights. I usually don't do a lot of recaps. I might start doing recaps this year. Last year I made a promise to myself I was gonna try to do a prediction show of every UFC fight night. We're in these times where you're stuck in your house, and I could stand around and play video games all day, But why not make some content and just talk? It's better than talking by yourself. So, let's start off with the first. Let me search up this card. I pretty much watched the whole entire card, man. Oh yeah, first fight of the night. Chase fucking Sherman looked like a goddamn monster, man. Oh my God, Chase Sherman looked so good. Yo, he looked. I don't think I made a pick from. I think I did main card only. I don't think I did any of these other ones. But hey man, if y'all haven't followed me, man, follow me on Twitter. I released my full predictions for the prelims and stuff like that. I should start doing prelims, shouldn't I? But it's like sometimes I don't know some of these guys, and I don't want to make a dumb prediction. Oh my God, look at this beautiful results. Preliminary card, man. Chase Sherman looks so freaking man, that dude looked amazing. All right, and then he got the TKO in the second round. He looked really, really good, man. Chase has had a problem just fighting, those top guys. He has losses to. I don't know about Walt Harris, but Justin Willis, Shamil Arakmakadov, or whatever his name, the guy that lost to Curtis Blades on the Abu Dhabi card with Khabib and Poirier, that guy. And he looked amazing. I guess maybe the bare knuckle stuff and all that, but he came back like a monster, bro. He came back on fire. But he looked really good. Next fight, featherweight fight, which is really interesting. Hunter Azura versus Brian Keller, man. Brian Keller, I like him. I like his energy. He's a good kid. And actually, I shouldn't call him a kid. Good guy. He came in this fight a big underdog. But he handed someone their first fucking loss. Dude, that hook he hit. He had a first what's it called? He had a first hard round. He had a first hard round, and he came in that second and landed a beautiful hook, man. Landed a beautiful one. And he took him out. That was a pretty good knockout. That should be since I wouldn't say knockout of the year, but contention maybe knockout of the month. But yeah, that was a good one. That was fucking solid. And then the next one we had Gabriel Benitez. I think was Gabriel. Did he fight Sadiq? I think he fought Sadiq, right? I'm not sure. This is all off the dome. No script on my hand. But I think Gabriel fought Sadiq Youssef. But yeah. And then he fought Omar Morales. Omar Morales was supposed to fight Hernandez, and I'm like, man, fuck. Probably Omar would have got that dub against Hernandez. Coming up what happened next, But he fucking did it, man. They had a really good scrap. It was a good fight. Good on what's it called? On Hard Knocks, Henry Hoof, Black Zillions, whatever you want to call them. They had a pretty good what's it called? Weekend. So and a good Wednesday too. So yeah, he ended up taking the dub by decision. Sajara Eubanks versus Sarah Moore. Sajara looked good, man. Sajara is always looking good, man. I'm always impressed with her, man. Go check out her war against Aspen Ladd, who's being considered the top 5 rising prospect and talent that you should supposedly watch. Not hating on Aspen Ladd. She's a good girl. Nothing against her, but I think she's a little overrated. But yeah, Sajara looked really, really good. She's just on pace of just getting better and better each fight. Certain things she needs to work on, but she probably don't lose to Beth Kochea again. You maybe get that one back, I'd say, girl. But she's on a good path. She had a really good decision. Her boxing looked crisp, and her jiu-jitsu was decent. Next fight on the card, probably the most irritating fight of all fucking time is Michael Johnson versus Thiago Moses, man. Johnson had like a damn near 10-8 round the first round, and then Moses comes back and gets a submission and fucking wraps his goddamn legs up. Johnson has made subtle improvements. I think Johnson was on a 2-fight win streak before the Josh Emmett loss, if I'm getting that right. Or am I? Yeah, I think he beat Andre Fili and Artem. Johnson, man, he's a lot of people would say his pace is messed up. I thought his pace got better. Some people say his grappling needs work on. He started off as a wrestler, and he trains with Kumar Usman. You see all these things about Michael Johnson. He has wins over Edson Barboza, Tony Ferguson, Dustin Poirier, and you're like, why isn't this guy better? Like now, why isn't he not doing this thing? It's because of shit like this. He gets, oh my god, I thought he won his last fight, but it is what it is. This shit was irritated, man. I was washing the dishes while watching that fight, and I started, because I was like, man, Johnson got this, right? And because I saw the first round on my car, so I go start washing dishes, and I see what he did. He goes for a straight fucking single, and gets that leg up, and then just goes for that ankle lock, and that shit just pissed me off. I was like, man, fuck this. I didn't even feel like doing my dishes for a second, but I ended up doing them. But yeah, Johnson loses. Next fight, since then I was getting all these picks right, like back to back to back. I was going crazy, and then Andre Arlovski I went on like I think a 2-fight skit, so I got wrong. I picked Philip Lins. Andre Arlovski looked decent. He's a good fighter, man. He's not a bad fighter. He gets knocked out sometimes, but he's always trying to improve. I can't diss the man who he wants to, give 110% to this sport. Nothing did pretty good. Can't really say anything. Philip, I think, didn't engage. And the thing, they were, former training partners at American Top Team, so that's one thing you got to look at. But yeah, Andre with a W. Can you really be mad at Andre for doing his job and winning fights? Next fight, Ricky Simon versus Ray Borg. This one pissed me off, man. This one, I was really mad at Ray. Ray is the smaller man coming into this, but Ray's a better wrestler than what he showed today. And Ricky, he had a good night. He got a lot of takedowns in. He imposed his game plan, and I don't want to say survived, but man, Ray Borg was piecing him up on the feet. And I don't know, maybe Ray got too addicted to the boxing aspect of this sport in that fight. It's like, and fight IQ, man. Like there were certain situations where he should have, like, if he was gonna stick to that game plan, like, I think, what's it called, Ricky, I think he had stuffed the takedown, and I think he was looking for a choke, and then Ricky just grabbed that leg and then just dumped him with a simple single leg, man, and he got it. That was irritating, and first it wasn't a split decision. It was a clear Ricky Simon. Like, yeah, Ray had his moments, but each fight was 10-9 for Ricky for me. You could debate maybe that second round where Ray caught him a little bit, but no, it's all Ricky won that clear. Next fight, I was super amped. Probably the most hyped I've been. My boy Drew Dober, man. Drew Dober fucking shut Alex. Well, I don't want to say shut him up. Alex Hernandez wasn't talking crazy, but he put it on Alex Hernandez, man. And I Told y'all, man. All y'all little Alex Hernandez. Like, yeah, I saw Alex Hernandez first fight in the UFC when he did that bullshit with Beneil Dariush. He fucking kicks his hand away when Beneil's going for the shake and then knocks him out. Yeah, he's cool. And then he had a really good fight against Olivier Benin or whatever, that Canadian dude from TriStar. But it's like, yeah, the confidence is good, but it's like, dude, I don't know how people just love that shit. But like, it's natural. I will say that it is natural. I will give Hernandez that, and he's a good talker. But this was a bad matchup for Hernandez. I think Hernandez's ceiling is Ally Quinta. He has really decent wrestling, and he has explosive hands. I think Al's a better technical boxer, but Hernandez has the power. But Drew Dober is a striker, man, and Dober has decent takedown defense. See, that's the thing with Ally Quinta, and you look at his fights with Dan Hooker and Cerrone. He really can't take guys down like that. He has a hard time keeping him down there because he's not that good of a wrestler. But you put him against a Khabib or Kevin Lee, where he's fighting other predominant, like, heavy wrestlers, he'll do good. Like, if Hernandez fought Islam Makhachev, Hernandez has a legitimate shot of beating him. You know, he could maybe stuff some takedowns and make it a brawl because he's a former wrestler. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think a state champion in San Antonio. So it's like, but the problem is, the wrestling isn't good enough in MMA, or it hasn't translated enough in MMA for him to be dominant with it. And Dober was able to keep it on the feet, and he fucking put it on him. And the thing for Hernandez, I don't want to say a piece of advice, but he was very susceptible. Something I noticed, susceptible to that right hand. He got hit with that right hand so much, and he's trying to use a lot of head movement, and he's trying to give like different looks. But it's like, dude, man, I think really working hard on his boxing, I think that's the next step for him, you know, and getting better matchups. Get grapplers. Get a Diego Ferreira, man. Like, I honestly think Trinaldo, I didn't think he looked that good against Trinaldo, but get guys like that. Like, you shouldn't be fighting like people like Drew Dober. Dober's gonna knock you the fuck out. I don't know what's wrong with people, man. Dober is a fucking killer, you know? Like, you put Dober against a Beneil Dariush, Beneil's gonna win that fight because of the grappling exchanges, right? Because, you know, Beneil's usually a heavy grappler. But you see what Dober did to Frank Camacho, and then Natsarov, Kelvin's twin brother. It's like, he's a fucking killer, man. Like, he knocks people the fuck out, you know. And he trains Justin Gaethje. So it's like, that guy's y'all playing with his name. Next fight, we should have known, but we didn't. This fight was gonna be kind of weird. Ben Rothwell versus OSP. It was entertaining while it lasted. Rothwell gets the win based on the fact that he was pressing forward. I understand that. OSP did get a what's it called? A knockdown, I think, in the second. I don't know if it was a legitimate knockdown. Maybe he could have slipped. We don't know. Things happen like that in MMA. But Rothwell did pretty good. OSP, you know, I do wonder what his training regimen was like, because Kevin Lee, I have the same, when Kevin Lee went up to welterweight, did Kevin Lee put in the same work as he does at lightweight in terms of running and in terms of all that shit? Because he's like, I'm not cutting weight. Do these guys look at the running aspect of the game? Like, obviously they are running, but like, you know, if you've ever cut weight before, you go in the sauna and then you get an extra run in. Are these guys not doing that anymore? Because even though cutting weight is bad, I think the sauna should be looked at cutting weight. Are they not training as hard as they should be because they have that extra weight on them and they want to be big? I think that's what happened to OSP. I think, and a number of reasons, man. Maybe that's just what happened with Kevin Lee. But with OSP, certain things he didn't do. He didn't engage enough. He didn't take control of the octagon, you know, in terms of distance management, and it showed. He was getting really cornered a lot, but he didn't look bad. You know, he didn't look bad. I think if OSP would have worked a little harder, he probably would have got the dub. Next fight, I've been, dude, this was the most inspirational fucking fight of all time. my man Glover Teixeira, bro. I'm not gonna claim I'm the biggest Glover fan. I started fucking with Glover when he beat Tybura, man. When he beat what's his name? Nah, that's not his name. I'm fucking up that guy's name. What's Glover's? Nah. I'm fucking it up, bro. Let me find out. Jacare versus Hermanson. Let me find out that guy's name. I'm gonna find out his name. Ian Kultaba. That guy. That fight with Glover made me a fan of Glover. That was iconic, bro. That was iconic, man. And Glover just persevered. If you would have told me, even after Carl Robertson's victory, if you would have told me Glover Teixeira would be one of the most interesting light heavyweights in the division, and that he gets a W versus Anthony Smith, and you'll be super hyped up about it when he wins, I'd laugh at you and be like, yo, do you know who Glover is? Isn't that the guy that got his fucking face caved in by Rumble? Like, no, I don't give a fuck about that guy. And then I seen Glover just persevere. He looked completely gross against Robertson. He looked like all his fights, he's looked like he's just been really using his fucking grappling to win his fights. But in this one, bro, he put his heart on his sleeve. He didn't care. He said, fuck. Like, I thought he might submit Smith, but he went in there and just brutalized Smith, and he taught him a fucking lesson. Karma's a bitch, Smith. You should have shut your fucking mouth about Luke. You didn't. If you would have said it before the Rockhold fight, before the fight with Juan Bolsevich, I'd be cool with it. But then you have to go slander the man after he gets knocked out. I get it. Luke started it. But still, the guy is supposed to be the bigger man. He's supposed to be the babyface. He's supposed to be the hero, and he's doing shit like this. The guy's overrated in terms of how much input he got. He's not. He's not a grinder. It's not like he perseveres through situations. He's a survivor. You know, he stays in there. He doesn't have any comeback victories. Like Volkan Ozdemir's one, but Volkan got tired and he kind of came back, and Volkan gave him that takedown so he could get the submission. Same thing with Gustafsson, bro. This guy got fucking exposed, man. Man, fuck Smith, bro. Also, you know what? Man, Glover Teixeira is the GOAT, bro. You know, I was on the camp that they need to give Juan Bolsevich his title shot over Dominic Reyes, but man, fuck Juan Bolsevich. Fuck Dominic Reyes. Good, man, give Glover the title shot, bro. Man, when Glover beats John Jones, I'm gonna be here. I'm just playing. I didn't mean that. Bro, Glover is the greatest of all time for this, bro. This is iconic, bro. I'm gonna replay this every year. That fight, bro. I had me so hyped. All right, see y'all, man. I gotta go to sleep, bro. All right, see y'all.